Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we will be watching the second episode of the second season for Interview with a Vampire, so let's jump right in.
Even now, to think of it, setting aside certain events, I feel something close to happiness when I think of it.
Got more
name
happiness
alone.
than you had when you was in New Orleans.
Paris sucks.
So, you want a hard meal, francs and diamonds, and you want heaven to open up and rain down mixed stars? Is that it?
Yeah, she wants to have
custom and
fun.
practice for traveling vampires to make themselves known to a local coven.
Gosh.
We didn't get that memo. If Claudia and I were looking over our shoulder at all, it was in astonishment. Our skin did not attract the same attention it did in
I think
America.
your Algerian inferiors of the time might disagree.
But I wasn't an Algerian.
Exactly.
I was an American. And if
That's all he was saying, Mr. Molloy.
Exactly. It was
Are
different.
you two going to finish each other's sentences for the whole session?
we've been
Maybe.
together 77 years, Daniel.
47 more than he did with Lestat.
Wow, you had
Should we
to
let the
just
math of that
throw that
settle
out there,
before
yeah?
continuing?
You was only with Lestat for 30 years.
We hid ourselves away in an inconspicuous apartment in the 9e, passing ourselves off as muddied Americans, overspending for black market baguettes. Kills home, we used the sewers for that.
Wow,
Waterways
okay.
of which they had no expertise. The flow controls, the pumping stations. We were constantly cleaning up for them.
And-
A theatre called Théâtre des Vampires, a company that had been in existence for 150 years.
Well, aren't they just the
77
perfect
years,
couple?
and it still feels like a slight.
Huh?
But the reports were confounding.
To be fair, he
Were
seems
they
happier with
romantic?
him
No.
than he ever did
Who
with
was the master?
Lestat.
Neither, it seemed.
I liked taking photographs. It took my mind off things.
In your element, eh?
Even get mindful about it. Ask yourself what brought them here. What brought you here? Is it coming together random? Choreographed? The metro late for him? The rain?
Sometimes I want the short answer.
Innit? You don't need to go on a
You
whole
listen to their
tangent.
thoughts. You know what's coming.
You caught me. Take the win.
Who are you, Louis?
Oh, I don't think he even knows.
I'm your brother.
No, that's not what she's asking.
Who are you outside of me?
Yeah, exactly.
If there was no me,
Mm.
and there was no him,
But yeah, definitely discount
who would you
him.
be? What do you want?
She had a point.
Yes?
Paris sucks.
That's
Wow.
not the point she was making.
Exactly.
Sure it is. She's miserable, but she doesn't want to fuck with your two delusional left bank dilettante vibes.
She wasn't. I see. I've triggered a memory.
No, it's Claudia. It's her journal.
Yeah.
Who needs Paris?
nice.
I gotta
don't-
knock out another chapter. One a week. I leave before the bill is paid. I never finish the novel. I think it was the "yeah" that pissed her off most. Yeah?
Oh, so you thought you would throw it at
Louis
them?
likes Paris.
Okay.
I don't know what I need.
Wow, is that how the lights just cut out?
Vous pourriez me le réserver. Américaine?
Yes.
French is ugly.
Wow.
You can
Rude.
take it in from me, yes? You do alterations.
Ma grande, please, don't pretend to be something you're not, yeah? Believe me, womanhood will happen soon enough. Bon,
The dress for my body. And I'll need some gloves. I'm thinking white.
Uh-huh. You're
Real
getting some
Rashid,
money.
just in time for the big meet cute.
You're still
Weirdness
calling
of the
him
press
Real
today.
Rashid.
The Paris albums, 1946 to 1949.
Oh,
Thank you, Rashid.
so?
So what?
Photos are the record of time passing. Outward evidence.
Some we simply drained for sport. Well, generally me.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Louis has his ways.
Yeah, Louis not about that so much. Unless he's
You
changed
could
in the
tell from his
77
walk
years.
He was an American. There was no way to describe it other than optimistic.
Wow, okay.
There's a park I'd heard about. Someone steady on his feet, but
With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself, thank you.
Innit? Let him tell his story.
But with a history of chasing the wrong kind of love. But I sensed his ancient power right away.
He was awkward.
Well,
An attempt to blend in as some layman thinking he could fade into the landscape, it was absurd. I mean,
I thought he was going to kill me.
Is that why you guys are staring so passionately into each other's eyes?
come. And bring the petite beauty with you.
Yeah, we've been watching you a while.
You are most welcome.
What, to be alive?
Claudia! Claudia!
I found some vampires.
Well, they found me, found us.
Give me that, let me see.
Some had been there dozens of times, and some couldn't care less what was spoken.
Oh, because
They
it
were all
was
the
just,
same to us.
you know,
Cattle for our nightly
a
sacrifice.
good place for them to make
But
out.
we were there for vampires, and we felt their numbers in the charged air.
Awful and awfulescence.
Okay.
And the excretion of pathetic desires.
What is this play going to be
By
about?
that I mean, good evening. We here at Théâtre des Vampires delve into the underbelly of the human soul.
Well, I
to
suppose that's
present
one
to
way
you
to entertain the people
highest
and
form
I
of
guess
art
get food at the
in
same
the
time.
lowest of ways.
That's one hell of an intro.
Remember that when you leave here tonight.
Is that a
You
message
are
for them?
all complicit, repugnant, and appalling!
Singular plant at night when the rest of the garden is tended by
The actors performed in front of a cinema screen, interacting with animations and bits of film in near perfect synchronization.
That's one way to do it.
The modern cinema had an enormous influence on my aesthetic, and the light of the projector on the faces of our actors lent a romantic air to their performances. Life is cruel, life is violent.
Claudia absolutely loved it.
Okay.
And it was the first time in Paris
I
had
saw a
seen
smile.
a smile or a laugh come out of her that wasn't for my benefit. But the trick rope.
It was all a seduction, to lure the cattle into a willing belief of disbelief. The only play that mattered was the last.
And why?
I am what you think I am, woodcutter.
What a weirdo.
Let her speak, Sam. Let her speak.
Ze gaan me vermoorden. De vampiers gaan ons allemaal vermoorden.
Wait, is this real or is this actually part of the
This is
performance?
an English-only performance. Start again.
Wait, you're actually gonna kill her on stage?
Suppose we were to let you go. Someone would have to take your place. Your husband?
Who?
Your son? Him?
Yep, don't know this guy. Let him take my place. You can yam him hard.
Oh, dear man, whose flesh has run in every direction from his moustache.
Wow,
I
okay.
want you to remember this. Not his time, Annika. Now,
Claudia's loving this. Louis like, I don't know about this.
conscious death, Annika.
But, so hold on, are you actually going to bite her on stage or not? Is she falling for this? What, a bride of Dracula? No? I think Claudia's
You know what it means
mesmerized.
to be loved by death.
Yeah, Louis don't like this. Claudia's like, I love it. I want to be part of this show. Yeah.
Do I hear French from the lips of an English company? Better. If you desire to seduce on stage, you must live it off stage. Thank you.
Waiting for you to humble us with your appearance.
Yeah, they look like they're pissed
I
off.
ask you, Maître, was it worth the wait?
Okay.
The Americans are here!
So she basically just spoiled it with that laugh.
Oh, his son looks
Older than the father, yes. Pointe here refused the dark gift until he could be on stage.
My son is rebellious. English.
Innit? Don't think you're too old for me to give you a backhand, you know.
Lending us our core acting Gustave, Celeste, Estelle, and Santiago.
And you are all American vampires as alluring as you.
Oh, okay.
Louis was expelled for his beauty.
Oh, such a burden, beauty.
His name was Bruce.
Why?
Is he Scottish?
He said he was from Copenhagen. We met him on the road just outside of
Chicago.
We traveled a lot. I got a question.
Yeah,
Who's that
Santiago,
handsome man in
don't
the
believe
wall
you.
there?
Yep.
With us in spirit, always. Our co-founder and the finest actor ever to walk.
Please don't say it's Lestat. For fuck's sake. Of course.
Should have seen that coming.
Literally.
Did not see that one coming. Vella, I mean, come on. Lestat's painting on the wall.
Yeah, that's
Are
a bit
you
much,
kidding
isn't
me?
it?
Really?
And yes, he was briefly with Lestat.
You
So
both fucked Lestat.
100+ years apart.
They were not compatible.
He tasted like vermouth and annihilation.
Wow, okay.
Shared a boyfriend.
Yeah, now they're together.
I fucked Santiago too.
Wow.
And Celeste and Estelle.
But they know nothing. And they're going to continue knowing nothing because you're going to keep that loose head of yours tied. Because I want to go back, Louis.
Are you crazy?
What about the play? When they all pounced on that woman, drained her right in front of their dumb faces? Tell me you did not feel
No,
tied.
did you not see Louis' face?
Yes, you did. 14 hapless vampires being led by a vampire with skin darker than yours. What else is there
Oh,
to
she
be
went
scared
there.
The coven had lifted Claudia's spirits, but seeing Lestat's portrait put me on edge. I needed confirmation of his death.
And how are you going to
And I
get that
remembered
from
his
across the
frequent money
pond?
wires came from a law firm with an address in the Marais, Roger and Associates.
Oh.
If he is alive, and if so,
We have not heard from Monsieur de Lioncourt since February 1940, when we processed several wires for him for a party he was throwing.
Okay, that party.
I know who you are, Monsieur,
Okay. I know what you are.
and I know what you meant to our cherished client.
Okay, maybe not.
Monsieur.
It's been several years. Oh, so he
I have no
knows.
confirmation of his actual death and cannot declare him legally dead for years.
So hold on.
Client arriving in 20 minutes.
I bet he never told Claudia that he was going to, make this trip. Well, what's in the box, Louis? What did Lestat leave you? Oh God, now you're going to have a vision of him again. And he's going to read the letter to you, I'm assuming.
Seeking revenge on the person or persons who did this.
I doubt he's going to get
Will
revenge
not
for
give them
himself.
the satisfaction of the hunt.
Yeah, he ain't going to.
You let treachery eat away at them from within.
Lestat. Love of my life, or is it more rebound of my life with you two?
It's
Wow,
a haunting memory we
rude.
just shared with you. What a comfort, your ability to continue pulling humor from his pain.
and what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
What, no? Oh, was it I'm pregnant?
In middle school, you stole your dad's Playboy magazine, sold them at recess.
Danny,
Oh, so you was having fun laughing at his pain, but you don't like it when it's reciprocated.
She wanted to say yes, but she didn't trust you. You hadn't given her a reason to.
Oh, what did
Would you
you
like to
do?
know what she thinks of you now?
I think he needs a minute.
What happened next?
Oh, so this is how they get down to have fun. Their night on the town.
We played follow the leader. The longer the ride, the more intense the craving.
Well, they definitely look like they're having fun, that's for sure.
Where are you taking us?
As far as our petrol will take us.
Okay. What's a random party?
The estate of the family de la Croix. Whilst their countrymen clutch ration cards, they've made quite a killing manipulating the black markets. Santiago?
That was swift.
Autorisation. Elle est à nous, la propriété.
Give us a layout, would you know?
You coming?
I hit before the play. I'm gonna...
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. Oh, what with you?
Nice night.
Very nice.
Been thinking about you often.
Oh, how often?
Tricky.
What's that?
Because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat was uttered.
Who?
My dear American friend.
You're not fooling
Who
no
thinks
one.
of me often and who has dominated my mind ever since I laid eyes upon him when lied to. Shut your mind if you hear his name again.
So he's doing this for your benefit.
May I suggest you never visit Roger Habert and Associates again?
Oh, they're watching you hard.
That sort of inquiry can open all sorts of trouble.
I never want to hunt alone again. I never want to leave. Je vous introduce your own vampire.
In English!
I love everybody and everything in this every moment, right? Every now.
Are you gonna manage? It's definitely different to what you were used to. All right, so good episode. Like, we've actually now met some more vampires. There's a whole coven of them in Paris. And, well, at first they were a little bit offended because, Louis and Claudia didn't introduce themselves. But it is understandable. The stat didn't really explain the rules of, what you need to do when you're going into a new city and come across other vampires. So, as far as they were concerned, this introduction wasn't necessary or expected. However, with all of that being said and done, they did wait 5 months before Armand decided to, you know, take the first step and introduce himself to Louis and basically tell him, like, come on, stop on by. Which he did with Claudia, who was basically, I guess you can say, enthralled from the moment that she sat down and started to see the performance. You can see the difference in how they felt everything went. Like, Claudia loved it, especially the fact that they've killed somebody on stage in front of this unsuspecting audience who thought it was all part of the theater. And then Louis, who also has realized this, doesn't quite feel the same. He seems to, I don't know, I can't say nervous, but he's not as enthused about it as Claudia, I guess. However, it doesn't stop them from going to meet them. And, at first everyone was acting like they was offended, but they kind of welcomed them into the fold. However, Louis has upset the main lead because he dropped sleep during one of his performances. However, Claudia has been going every day like nothing. She absolutely loves Paris and their vampires. She never wants to leave, especially the fact that she's now been on this group hunt with the Coven where they've basically killed near enough everybody in there, and took one unsuspecting person back with them to be, you know, tomorrow's night's suspect on stage. So, also, Louis going to this man's lawyer to find out if Lestat is alive. Why would you do that? Like, you know, Claudia will be pissed when she finds out that this is what you've done, especially considering she wants to put that chapter behind her. She don't want nothing to do with Lestat. She thinks you shouldn't have anything to do with Lestat. And okay, yes, you're in a theater where they have a whole painting of him that's been up there for 100 years or so. Like, yeah, you don't need to be associating yourself with anything to do with Lestat in that regard. But you go in there reading this letter, it's like it's going to bring up old feelings, especially because Lestat's written this letter like, oh, if we find ourselves separated, he's written it thinking that someone's killed him and that you might take revenge, not thinking that maybe you would be the one to try and kill him and you don't really need to take revenge, but you're definitely going to feel like, you're going to feel a type of way about the situation. And the fact that Armand knows that Louis went there shows that he has been keeping a very close eye on this guy's movements. The rest of the coven doesn't seem to know. So I'm guessing Armand hasn't asked anybody else to keep an eye on him. He's doing this himself. Because as he said, the coven doesn't take too kindly to being lied to. And them seeing him go there to speak to Lestat's lawyer when he's trying to pretend that he doesn't know who Lestat is would be a bit of a red flag and make them think that there's something more to this story. And yeah, they're not going to take it too kindly, I don't think. However, Armand has offered to teach Louis how to, you know, block his thoughts so that the coven aren't aware of this, especially because I'm sure Lestat's name's going to be brought up again in the future. We already know it's going to happen. So you need to not think about all these memories of what happened between you and Lestat, because as far as they're concerned, your maker's name is Brian, that who's thrown himself into the fire. Yeah, I think they're going to find out, and this lie is going to come to bite you in the ass, especially because judging by the fact that we're still seeing this, that yes, it is Louis' memories, or I guess his inner thoughts coming out as Lestat. But I think the actual Lestat is going to make an appearance in Paris. I think somehow, some way, he's been tracking their journey through Europe, and he will eventually find them in Paris. But I guess we'll have to wait to see from the next episodes if that's the case. I hope you guys will tune in for those. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And bye.